Hey, it's Brandon, and welcome to Retro Reactions, a place where I experience amazing music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s for the very first time. And today we have another new artist alert for the channel. Yes, we're headed all the way back to 1977 to listen to New York Dream Suite by American progressive rock band Happy the Man. Really excited for this band. I have high hopes based on everything I read so far about this band. Anyway, this one comes from Happy the Man, their first studio album, and number 50 on Rolling Stone's list of the 50 greatest prog rock albums of all time. Nice. This is the closing track and is an instrumental track, like I believe most of their songs. Let's check it out. yes. Do I love long fade outs? You know the answer. Do I love them when they're perfect like that one? You know the answer. Slowly drifting away, winding down. Everything musically that was happening at that ending, incredible, stunning, beautiful, captivating. Of course, I'm already in love with the band, their music, of course. After one song, I see what they're capable of way back, almost 50 years ago. Insane. The first half, kind of insane with those synths. We'll talk about that. But the second half, you know what it did to me. A lot in this journey. Wow. I'm so glad this band won the Patreon poll. Now I know. So back to the beginning. Very striking right from the start with these snappy keyboard notes. Very hard to describe. Loved it. Just, again, something unique. You know I love unique. Like the next element, this awesome lead synth came in. It was sounding kind of liquidy to my ears. Again, very unique. I love that. It was like flowing the notes. Cool. Amazing tone. Wow. And then the song just kept building and building, but it seemed to be building only with synths, keyboards. Incredible. It became kind of a synth symphony. I was in heaven already. Then somehow this beat and groove kicked in. I'm like, okay, what a unique combination of sounds. What an amazing sonic landscape already. Then immediately I thought, are we at Osric Tentacles levels of wackiness here? I think so. Again, I was kind of blown away in that first half. Even some ELP level of chaos going on with all those keys. Incredible. Of course, definitely some big jazz vibes as well in a lot of the first half. But it was different, I'm pretty sure. Instead of the double bass that we get along with the piano, that happens a lot in jazz. Those two instruments do a dance together. Instead, we're getting either synth bass or regular bass guitar with keys doing the exact same thing in a jazzy manner. Very unique, very cool, very striking. And then a most beautiful slow turn at around the 50% mark to the second half. It stopped me in my tracks. I'm like, oh yes, this is what I live for. You probably saw it on my face. Washes of synth all around me. Then we get this electric piano kind of dance. Just notes dancing around, sounding beautiful. That alone, perfect. It was like calm drama in that section. It just kept going for the rest of the song. Some turns here and there, but keeping that same vibe. I was in heaven. Certain parts were a bit cinematic, and then we get this smooth jazz feel, kind of future smooth jazz that we'd be getting in the 80s and 90s. So I'm like, is this really 1977? Was definitely blown away and loving every second in that second half. It was also mesmerizing, sounded so orchestral, yet there was no orchestra, not even the flute in this song. I know they have flute in their band, so it's like, wow. Amazing what they were able to achieve sonically, emotionally, with those keys, mostly the keys, and whatever other instruments were in the second half. But then that coda, lost. I was completely lost, struggling to open my eyes because I was just floating, swaying with the beauty of what I was hearing. Wow. Can't wait to hear all that again. Just lavish, sumptuous synths all around me. Felt like a magical land I was drifting in. I was so overwhelmed I couldn't even figure out what to visualize in my head. But I had this funny image. Is it Bugs Bunny or, those cartoons where the character starts floating in the air, being lulled by the smell of some kind of good food? Well, the music was kind of picking me up and just, dragging me towards it all around. Again, in that magical landscape. Just stunning. So, of course, I'm proud to say that I'm already addicted to Happy the Man's music. Wow, absolutely love this one. I can't wait for more, for so much more. This one's getting the Double Epic Platinum Record Award so easily for New York Dream Suite by Happy the Man, 1977. And thank you so very much for this amazing ride. Stanley Whitaker, Frank Wyatt, Kit Watkins, Rick Kennel, and Mike Beck. All right, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you love this journey as well. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below if you wish to chat about this one. I would love to know what you think, and I would love to know some of your other favorites by Happy the Man. So you take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, and remember to let peace, calm, and light into your day and night. And I'll see you next time in the past.